NDTV exclusive, the Karnataka government is set to table the Greater Bengaluru Governance Bill. The bill aims to, in a sense, revamp the administration with a multiple corporation setup. The opposition, which is the BJP in the state, sees the existing setup as their legacy. But it was during the earlier tenure of Siddaramaiah that a bill was introduced to, in a sense, trifurcate the civic body. My colleague Pratibha Raman, who has broken this story, now joins us live. So Pratibha, this will, of course, in a sense, spark and attract sharp political responses from the BJP. The BJP, of course, has, sort of questioned the Congress's administrative strategy. But what exactly is this bill, this sort of trifurcation of the civic body?
This was a trifurcation of the civic body that was initially proposed during Siddaramaiah's earlier tenure.
All right, we seem to have some audio issue there with Pratibha, but of course, this could become a contentious political issue as far as Karnataka is concerned. The bill was passed in the assembly, but it was defeated in the council. So finally, the cabinet, which of course has approved the bill, will now be tabling it, and it's going to be crucial. Remember, it was back in 2019 when the BJP opted for a bureaucratic decentralisation under a single corporation, something that we've seen in other metro cities as well, whether it's Delhi or even in Mumbai for that matter. In Delhi, of course, the bifurcation of the civic body was an extremely contentious issue. And in Bengaluru, no civic polls have been held in 4 years now. So multiple positions are vacant. Pratibha Raman is back with us. Pratibha, go ahead and tell us why this is significant.
Well, in fact, a similar bill was proposed in 2015. Like you mentioned, it did propose a trifurcation of Bengaluru, especially when you talk about Bengaluru city. It has 198 wards, and which is governed by something called the BBMP, the Brihat Bengaluru Mahanagarapalike. The Congress government has suggested then and as well as now is to have multiple corporations set up, considering that Bengaluru has grown into a greater Bengaluru of sorts, and that you need to have multiple bodies governing different parts of this city. However, what is existing right now with respect to BBMP, that is a decentralized unit that is looking at governing entire Bengaluru, is something that the BJP had set up in the early stages, and that they look at it as their legacy, and that is precisely why the opposition fought it back then and is continuing to fight it even now. And back then, the opposition had defeated this in the council, even though the bill was passed in the assembly then. However, the bill slowly met its death at that point in time, and now the Karnataka government is planning to reintroduce this with a lot of other reforms that are being introduced. And before I actually go into the reforms, the BJP as well as the JDS are hopeful that they would be able to manage to defeat the bill in a similar manner like they did in 2015, because they do not want the Congress Chief Minister Siddaramaiah to champion this at this point in time. Now, let me go into the specifics of what the bill suggests. This bill aims to establish the Greater Bengaluru Authority for planning, coordinating and supervising the development of the Greater Bengaluru area. Number 2 is to establish multiple city corporations in the Greater Bengaluru area for effective participatory and responsive governance. And remember, the BBMP hasn't had its civic body elections for the last 4 years. Multiple petitions that are doing the rounds both in the Karnataka High Court as well as the Supreme Court. We are told that the Supreme Court has one of the cases are getting heard at the Supreme Court in the next few days to come. And exactly during that time is when the Karnataka government is planning to time this and introduce this bill. It is likely to introduce this bill tomorrow. All eyes are on the ruckus that it would create in the Karnataka Assembly, which is already rocked by several issues. Back to you.